Time to gamify your life, player. Welcome back. To everybody that's new here, make sure you hit the subscribe button, turn on your notifications so you can be updated, so you can be alerted when we drop in this game. Today, family, I want to talk to you about the importance of raising your values and your standards and knowing who you are so you can know what you want in your life. Because when it comes to this dating game, getting involved with the wrong person can ruin your life. And in this clip that I'm about to play is a prime example of why you just don't want to check people for their beauty. You want to see what's going on in the person's head. You want to see what that mindset is like before you see what that sex life is like. So let's get into this clip and then we're going to further this discussion.
Let's get into it. Don't chew me up because I know how you believe this talk to Tesla. I think black men are all alike. I think black men don't like black women. I think you can meet 10 black men on different dating sites and they all cheat and they don't respect their women. I think every other race values black women other than black men. I think the real gag is black men don't like black women, like they're cheaters. I'm convinced every black guy is a cheater. I bet half of y'all can't even drop one black man that love y'all that's loyal. Ooh, the gag. Black men hate us so much, but black women be the ones supporting them. And I know how you guys like to get in your bag. Don't be mad. Get you a Mexican, get you a Jamaican, get you a Haitian, anything but a black man. And I'm stamping it. And if you want a white guy, if it ain't white, he ain't right. I just feel like black women, we need to date outside our race because black men don't like us. And we shouldn't like them.
Man, this shit sounds so crazy. Maybe I should have left it for Wild Shit Wednesdays. But hey, let's continue.
Yeah, stand on it.
You standing on it.
Standing on it.
That shit must be food stamps.
No, I'm standing on it.
So what made you write the have this post and what made you
Well, first of all, it's my preference. So all the black men were so offended. It's my preference. I've had bad experience with dating black men. They've been abusive to me. Not all of them, but the ones I've dated. So that's my preference. I wouldn't want to date a African American black guy. I would do a Haitian, or I want to date outside my race. Like, even coming, I'm the only child, feel me? Like, my father, he's a black male, but he didn't give me a good example of how a male should treat a woman. Used to beat on my mom. Used to do he's verbally and physically abusive. That's not something that I want. And I've encountered that on several different occasions. So that's how I feel. And I feel like the black men out here that want to date, like, outside of their race with the white women or celebrities, I don't take care to that. That's their preference. So with they shit, like, feel me, it don't bother me. So I'm stamping it. That's how I felt.
Okay. What's your thoughts on this?
And this is exactly what I'm talking about. You got to be careful of who you are dating. Start to understand their mindset. What is their belief system like? Do they just generalize things and experience a couple of problems and throw everything in the same boat? Because that's a problem.
I think she's entitled to her preference.
Thank you, sister.
What I would say is I do understand that it's more of a from experience. So it comes from a metric of what you've actually experienced, like from personal. But the fact that we're setting a tone or a stigma in regards to like black men is highly.
Look, she can barely even speak because she can't even believe the toxicity and the nonsense coming out of this girl's mouth. Yes, everybody is entitled to have a preference, but there's a thin line of where things start becoming dangerous. There's a thin line that can walk your ass right into a problem. And I'm pretty sure this shit is downhill from here.
I'm playing the devil's advocate. Like, I'm not on the opposite side because I've seen domestic violence and stuff like that in the black communities and black homes. But I am not one to say that all black men are the same. It's similar to like when we were speaking on zodiacs and characteristics. Everybody doesn't fall into a box. It's just like them judging us as black women. All black women are not aggressive, or come from a background of she wants to be an alpha female or super independent. Some women do have, it depends on your nurturing and your nature of things. So I don't believe that we should stand on setting the tone, especially as a black woman. You should realize that how empowered you are as a black woman to say those things because you're coming from a black community stating those things. So it is very sensitive when we say it compared to a white person or somebody from a different culture saying it. That was one thing. And then on top of that, I only see two colors. So when I heard certain things, I'm like, I get it, but like your beautiful boyfriend now is technically, if we went back into slave times, he would be considered a, the
Black
N-word.
person.
Educate me, because my man said that Jamaicans aren't black, so that's why I'm
No,
standing
well,
on
I'm
that.
South American and Guyanese.
Now that's even crazier. Now just pay attention to the different mindsets. When you have an open mindset, you can clearly see that everybody is not the same. And on the other hand, you have the other female where she's like, no, this shit happened to me. My father was messed up. My father was abusive. So everybody goes into the same boat. If you are a black male, you go into the same boat. And I told y'all, I knew it was gonna get downhill from here. So be careful of the mentality of the person you are dating. How strong do they hold on to ideas and ideologies that really make no rational sense? Yes, you're entitled to your preference. Doesn't make it right. Just because you think a thought does not make your thought right.
But I'm technically, because I'm
West
on,
Indian also.
yeah, that's Latin America.
Okay.
But I'm on Latin, but I'm still Guyanese.
So your boyfriend, which is he's
Yeah,
over
him
here,
right there.
he heard this video and said, "Nah, I'm good because I'm not black." Is that that's the conclusion you came up with?
I mean, yeah, at first I said I'm not black because I'm Jamaican, and it's a difference.
Yeah.
Culture.
Look at the lady in the pink. She don't even want to look the boyfriend's way because she's like, yo, this is some utter ridiculous nonsense.
But not race-wise.
American black men, I think
Are
that's
different.
the issue.
That's the fucking problem we were just talking about on the other
Last
episode. Yeah, so I mean,
I think sometimes we
this
we
is
get-
evidence.
It's a culture thing.
Because we get into this, people don't understand when we say we're black, then people are like, oh, we all black. And then we got people in the diaspora that separate themselves and be like, they black, I'm not black. Because they understand black means black American. It don't mean Jamaican, because in Jamaica, most of them are black. Like, so they don't got to use that terminology. What's your thoughts on, y'all got hold in the back real quick, folks.
And this is so crazy. Shit. Maybe they a match made in heaven. Because if she thinking this way and he thinking this way, I can see why they together. Because if you in America and we line up a Jamaican, a Haitian, whatever, a Caribbean, Pirates of the Caribbean, and they all got some melanin in their skin, and you ask any other race or anybody, without even hearing them speak or something, they're gonna say the person is black. If I line up a bunch of cats together, they all would be cats. If I line up a bunch of dogs together, they will all be dogs. Just because you create some kind of weird shit in your head doesn't mean that society or the world co-signs with that shit. They created definitions, and these definitions are here for a reason. And the craziest part is, when you go back to the root of the topic, is that you don't want to date black men because they no good, they cheat and all this shit, right? Listen, I got Jamaican friends, Haitian friends, Puerto Rican friends, Chinese friends. All these people be cheating. We are humans. People see something they like, then they see something they like more. People put themselves in situations because they don't understand the rules of engagement, so they end up in these situations where they cheat. This shit happens all over. White, black, yellow, pink, even animals cheat. So what are we talking about? Where does this nonsense come from? Like, I feel like people, they are living under a rock or living in a pineapple under the sea in Bikini Bottom, because some of the shit they saying sounding like it's coming right from their bottom.
What's your thoughts on this?
And Jamaicans get accused of the same shit, cheating. Like, so how y'all separate yourselves?
I mean,
Wow.
I personally think I kind of agree with what Ming was saying. I think most black women who speak very firmly on all black men are trash, it does come from a place of bad experience. So we're generalizing because I had a few, and again, it's your experience, but if you've had a couple men do you bad, then we generalize. So all black men are bad, or all black men are cheaters, or, you know, find me a black man who's good. And it's, again, because you haven't really experienced that, we just throw out these very generalized statements that I think is harmful. I think, to me, it's very, raising a black son, and to hear so many black women talk about how black men ain't this, it's just like, I just think you haven't experienced a good black man. And until you experience that, you may never, ever experience a good black man until you heal from that and recognize the role you played in choosing those, because we choose these men, right? You understand? So I think that we have to recognize when we speak, we're speaking from pain. That's really what comes down to when we say, oh, it's all black men. That's just those black men. She mentioned her father. So you get, it boils up resentment toward black men. And that's where you got to heal and do some work, because you're going to keep meeting trash black men.
Yeah, and it's crazy. She brought up a point. What would this girl do if she has a black son? You know, this is when we have those cycles of generational curses. So your father was abusive. Your father was verbally abusive or physically abusive. You have a black son. How are you going to treat that son with so much hatred towards a black man? Make it make sense. Second, what is going on with you if you are choosing these black men in your relationships that you are constantly having problems with? Third, sometimes you are running into the same type of people because you are in the same environment. If you are in the hood or something and all you doing is dating people in your hood, of course, you may bump into the same issues, and you can have the false perception to think all black men is alike because you're living in a bubble, in Bikini Bottom, in a pineapple. We gotta do better, people.
What's your thoughts on this, Joe?
First, I want to let you know I'm a Jamaican man and I identify as a black man. You get what I'm saying? So,
I thought you was Dominican.
fix your veneers. But I do think it's a problem, and I am offended because when we constantly hear this from the women that we love, and not every man deserve the respect from you, but not all the black men deserve that same type of disrespect. We are not who your father was to your mother. We are not who those other brothers was to you, as a lover. And God forbid if this man ever do anything, I'm not wishing anything bad on y'all, but would that narrative be painted separately if it was something else from another man, or is it because of your experience is just only black men?
Great. The new GoDaddy Arrow has AI marketing tools to help small business.
My experiences. Definitely my experience. To those who are offended, I mean, I apologize, but I feel how I feel. I'm not backing down from that. I definitely feel like I'm healed.
Then that's not an apology.
I mean, I
You
feel
can
like
take
she
it like
doesn't
that.
have.
Then that is not an apology. And then, like I was telling you guys, be careful of who you dating. How strong do they hold on to their opinions? Because I feel like she knows that there is something a little wrong with what she's saying, but because she said it, she just wants to stand on it. Part of growth, part of personal development, part of being a decent human being is to know when you are wrong. Accountability, responsibility. Hey, you know what? I may have said this out my mouth and it wasn't exactly the right thing to say. So let me double back and correct myself. I respect people when they do that, because none of us is perfect. And if you cannot find a mate who is willing to accept when they are wrong, be careful, because this is how we end up being crash dummy baby fathers, crash dummy baby mamas, or end up in some weird ass child support system. And then you suffer with years and years of baby mama drama, baby father drama that really is not worth it. Them drawers wasn't worth it. So make sure you think about the mindset before you think about the sex.
To apologize.
The world
for what her
wouldn't take it like that. The
preference
people that you're apologizing to me, right? If I'm offended, right?
is. No.
But
You said you felt offended, so yeah,
Yeah.
I'm addressing your feelings, but I don't like, that's how I feel. Like, I don't care about how the next man feel, because the next man don't care how I feel. That's my opinion.
I do. I'm listening to you, and I told you I'm sorry that was your experience of seeing your mother, your brother, or your cousin, whoever, mistreating a woman. But all black men should be bottled up in that. And there's white men who beat their women.
Right, all races can cheat.
Okay, but but you didn't say that. You said only black men.
But it's not her job to like change her preference to make you comfortable. I feel like
it's not her job to voice that opinion.
it is her job
Well, yeah,
because
it's
that's
my
what
opinion.
she likes, and it's
No.
not. We don't have to be
She said
offended.
all black men are cheaters
That's
and
her,
beaters.
but she said that. I didn't say
wrong.
that.
And I have the right to
she's
tell her
not
she's wrong.
Yeah, you have to
Because
rectify
she's
your
told
feel,
me
but
based
that's
on
how
her
I
experience.
That's that sisterhood shit.
No, but people can say what they want. It's like
Right.
people say they like dark skin or light skin. I don't get offended. That's what they like.
But-
It's
Yeah,
okay.
but when you
That's
start
okay.
stereotyping off of
Yeah, I don't
you,
think
You
you're
gotta
wrong.
be confident in yourself to know who you
Can I
are.
say something?
You gotta
I
know
don't-
that she's not speaking to you.
I don't think it wasn't I like Jamaican, Asian. It was all black men. That was a like it was factual.
But she's one
So
woman
that is
talking.
but it's to a large group of people. We got to understand how our voices are powerful. Like we got to.
That part. Yes, you can have your opinion, but understand how powerful your voice is when you get on these platforms. Because it is other people, other young women who may have experienced a bad relationship. And because of that, they hear this toxic shit and then now they're like, yeah, F black men or F Mexican men, F this, da 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 da. You know, so the narrative is important because we got to realize as humans, we are very impressionable, all right? We have no windows or no doors on our eyes and ears. So the things that come in your mindset for some people really holds value. Now imagine if the world really just thought that way. Because there's a lot of people who think all black people are criminals, all Spanish people are the mafia. And if you went around with these thought processes and you treat people according to these stereotypes, there will be a lot of problems in this world. There's some people who think all black women have attitudes, and it's not true. Just from this panel alone, you see the different mindsets in these different women. So you can see that the difference is in the individuality. So doing blanket statements is a big problem. Yes, you are entitled to your opinion. You know what? We taking that opinion away. Fuck all that. Let's get back to this.
To stop saying it's
Especially
one
as black
woman.
women.
It's very powerful, and we on this big platform,
You gotta
right?
know
So
who you
we
are.
know our voices are
And all I
powerful.
would say is she's definitely as a empowered black woman, you can own and be prone to, you know, acknowledging or mentioning how you feel. Just be careful with the way that you're delivering. A lot of people neglect the delivery, and the delivery is key. It's not about the message, it's the way that it comes across.
It's about the
The
message.
message is wrong too.
I mean, yeah, it
definitely
was the
take that into
message though. It wasn't about. I don't
consideration.
think it was the delivery. I think
It
it
was
was
the message,
purely
yeah.
the message. The message was all black men are cheaters.
Yeah,
All
that's how I
beaters.
felt. I'm
that was,
standing on
and,
that.
you know, so
Yeah,
that
that's
was.
how I
It wasn't the
felt.
delivery. It was purely like
Right.
saying, you know, right or wrong. It was, and again, delivery was fine. It was her way of speaking. It was just the message of all black men are cheaters. Go find you a white man, whoever. Just don't date black men. So that was the part where it's like your voice is so powerful that, you know, once you put it out there, imagine having
When-
a black son or
when you
black,
on-
you know, a black daughter. So then what?
When you on the opposite end of the spectrum and you hear like women saying if y'all gonna date outside your race, then you could go do that. Just don't downplay black women. You know what I'm saying? So you could express your preference without downplaying what you don't like. You know what I'm saying? You could express what you like and leave out what your mama said. If you ain't got nothing good to say, don't say it. You know what I'm saying?
She said it.
I feel like
So
I
it's
said
she
it,
could
so
say
it's
what
like
she
I'm gonna
wanna
say what I
say.
want. It's my page.
But
Y'all
you
made
gotta
that go
know who
viral,
you
but
are.
not the music.
But
so
this is
that's how I
this
feel.
is the huge disconnect with men and women, and this is why sometimes we have these wars, these gender wars between men and women, especially black men and women, because women or a man may say something and stand on it when we don't acknowledge when something is wrong.
Yeah.
That's my opinion. I didn't feel like my opinion was wrong.
So you don't have wrong opinions?
I
She
mean,
do.
I do in general,
That's not-
obviously. Like, I'm not saying that, but for that video, that's how I felt. I'm standing on it. I'm not apologizing. That's how I felt.
You
So,
did apologize.
that.
so how many black men you say you dated in your life?
I dated a lot. What's up?
What's a lot?
I dated a lot.
Yeah,
I'm
put a
not. I
number on
don't.
it.
I can't remember. I can't count how many I dated. I dated a lot.
All right, how much black men you think it is on in this world? Like,
How many black men do I think is on this world?
yeah.
I don't
A lot.
know. It's not.
So you dating this and speaking on this. That makes sense?
Yeah, I do what I want. So I don't. I
Exactly.
don't care
You
about
know
what the
that.
next person.
You know
thinks.
better.
That's
You
what I've
know
been
that
trying to
shit.
say.
All of these is red flags. So if you are dating somebody and they just refuse to see something that is clear, well, it may not be clear to them, but it's clear to you, get the fuck up out of there. Some of y'all be hanging around for the wrong reasons, and then you wonder why your heart is left bleeding. Be careful of people who don't want to be wrong about anything, who know what they're saying might be a little wrong, but because they say it, they're like, yo, it came out my mouth, so I'm standing on it. You know, it's a difference from standing up for something you believe in, if it's some real merit and truth behind it, and you know with 100% that you're right on it. But if you just like, you know, you don't want to backtrack, you don't want to retract what you said because you said it, and that's what it is, and I'm standing on business, then, hey, leave them people alone. Your energy is too precious. You got places to go, you got people to see, and you got a higher version of yourself to reach.
Hey, what you
I
gotta
heard
say?
that for myself,
Okay.
and I
So
said
it
what I
don't
said.
matter what she said.
It's going to
You
go
know the
around
truth.
loops around your head. I said what I
Alright,
said.
Like
So,
I said, she's
Again, it's like when we
spit it.
when
Spit.
it's like, you know, it's like a racist coming around and saying, well, you know, black people, they just know good, and then you would never co-sign a racist saying that, right?
But I
You
don't.
would never be like,
I
oh,
would
that's
because they're allowed to say what they
it
want to
has
say.
actions to a race in this
They're allowed
country.
to say what
in
they
this
wanna
country,
say. It
when-
doesn't hurt me.
Okay, I get you. But in this country, historically, when white people have said racist things, it has hurt us.
Yes.
And just like when she said that, that does hurt black men. That does hurt young black boys, because now you are going around and spreading this false information. Now
Painting a picture.
other women that, you know, have felt that or experienced that, now they going to trauma bond, and we're going to talk about that later. And now it's just this constant negative portrayal
It's like
of all black
it's
men.
Like how
Like,
Asians think all black people steal out the store, right? That's what they think, right? So they're watching us. That's not right. We know that we're not all that way. It's the same thing. Like you don't. It hurts you to know you got to be watched thinking I'm gonna steal out your
You
store.
can't spend your life trying to
and-
change other people's
Right.
view on you. Like you gotta know who you are. You gotta know who I am. Like I'm a black
you gotta
man,
know that
and
you're
I'm
wrong
loved.
sometimes, too.
But it's not your
Yeah, I
job
feel like
to
I'm not the
police
only
everybody's
person, right,
opinion.
so-
It's okay for her to feel like
I
It
said
is,
what
because
I
I'm a
said,
black
so-
man.
Like,
and
Yeah, and
referring
you're a
to me.
black man. She's not talking
I
to you.
hear that.
because
Yes,
you're
she
not
is.
that.
She said
You're
all
not
black men.
abusive,
Yeah,
though.
that's
But
what-
you're not abusive,
Right.
and
The
you're
shoe-
not
if the shoe
hurting.
fits,
You're
then
Then
not
it wouldn't be
cheating.
all black
Period.
men.
Exactly. So she can say what you want. You know the truth. You don't gotta prove her
that's
wrong.
that. No,
Like
You see, that's the issue. Like she's saying stuff that's right, but she doesn't see that thin red line of, all right, this part you don't cross. Yes, the shoe may not fit. It don't pertain to you. You ain't got to be mad. You have to understand that sometimes certain narratives can plant a seed that can grow out of control. And that's another type of person that you want to be careful of dating. People who can't see that thin red line that they shouldn't cross. You know those type of people. They play both sides.
I
feel like
Sisterhood
all
is
in all, I think
a
all in
demon.
it's
all,
not about sisterhood. It's
I
about
think-
reality.
Look, I think
you
all
got to
in
be
all-
confident in what you know and who you are. It's
All
not
in-
your job to prove women wrong or
No, it's
men
not.
wrong.
It's
It's
not.
not. If you could walk through your life knowing that I know this and I know me and I know this, it doesn't matter what anybody says. It doesn't take anything from
Sound
you.
That's the problem with our
But
community.
I think what they were
I
all
police
saying
black
all in
women.
all.
I have no problem saying what's right or
Yeah.
wrong.
Yeah,
No
that's
problem.
I think
fine,
all
and
in
that's
all, what they
fine.
was all saying is that it was the factor that you said all.
All,
Right.
yep.
That's all they're saying. It's not saying like, if you would have said, through my experience with X, Y, and Z, then it would be more
Directed toward
yes,
you.
focused
Yeah.
on that, your metrics and your experience. But when you say all, it sets the tone as a empowered black woman that you have experienced it, and it's most black men, which is messing up our community in a sense, because it's setting a stigma that all black men do this, all black men do that. Speak to Mike. Okay. All black men do this and all black men do that. And it just sets the wrong tone, is what they're all saying. They're
Because
saying if you
respect it.
never
I hear
said
what y'all
all,
saying.
then it was perfect, because you're like JP.
I respect
saying,
it.
You're welcome to have your own opinion, but it was the words that you chose.
I feel like
But that's-
regardless, even if I say all parts, that's how I
Yes.
feel. Some other people say, oh, black women are aggressive. I don't give a flying fuck, because that's how they feel. But they shit or how they feel don't got nothing to do with me.
Right.
So I don't
But you know,
You can think shit don't have nothing to do with you until it's on your doorstep. And I just noticed her shirt, but that's a whole nother topic. So beware of the mindset when you start dating, because you don't want to end up with somebody that leaves you trapped. You don't want to end up like her, where she had so many bad experiences getting abused, getting cheated on, because she couldn't decipher the quality of a person, because her standards and values are not in check. So it's important that we raise our standards, we raise our values, we get in tune with ourselves so we know ourselves. So when we step into this dating world and we looking for that mate, we don't fuck around and make one of the biggest mistakes. Stay sturdy, my people.